Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back, thanks for tuning in. I'm Dad Zillosaur, and welcome to my Minecraft Let's Play Survival Guide series. This is episode 13B, and it's part of a three-part mini-series within my larger series, and last week was 13A, and we built the villager breeder you see here. That's the first part in the three-part project we got going right here. It's doing just fine. You got our farmer here crafting up the crops, and they're both getting fed very well. I did throw them a few carrots to get them off started, so they are ready to start breeding. They're just waiting, really. The only thing waiting for me to put some beds in there. All right, so after that last episode, the only thing I did was came in here and I dug out some room for our auto villager loader section. So like I mentioned before, when they start having villager babies, the little babies will drop down, and we're going to build a little tube here, a little collector. It's going to be a little rail cart here that comes across, picks them up, sends them out this way, and on their way towards the villager trading hall, which will be part 3 of this series. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started here. Let's see. Okay, so first thing we have to do is we got to load some blocks here. This is where the rail is going to start, right over here. Okay, so that should put us right over here. Great. And I need to build up here. And we're going to break this block below out. Okay. Perfect. All right. So we have we don't need to do this, but this is going to be make it a lot more convenient. We're going to start with a dispenser here, and we're going to fill it up with mine carts. And really, that's just going to make life easy for us, because at the other end, there's going to be a cactus to break the mine carts, and a hopper which collects them and puts them in a chest, so we can easily pick them up and bring them back over here. All right. So we want to place the dispenser like this so that it faces this way. Okay, and we're going to want to put a button on it. All right. I forgot to crouch. Okay, now we can place the button. Okay, and then we're going to load it up with some mine carts. Okay, and the first thing we're going to do, we're going to place down some... We're going to get started here, and we're going to place down 3 powered rails. Okay, and then we need them to go up a hill here. So now we're going to take a regular rail and do that, and then we just need to break this rail on top. I'm kind of looking over here at my little project board here. Okay, and what we're going to see is the system is now going to continue off this way. All right, now we need to get a block above this one. So place a block here, place a block there. Perfect, and now we can break this block because we don't need it. And we also don't need this block. There you go. Now, okay, we're going to start with a rail here and a rail here, and then we're going to switch to powered rails. And then we're going to break this rail out on top. Also, this design for this loader system here, I found this by another YouTuber. I don't recall his name off the top of my head, but I will put the link to that video in the comments section. And there's going to be, I'm going to use one variant of it. There's a couple other variants, depending on what you're using it for, that you could use it for. So I will have that link in there, and you can decide. I'll have a little more on that as soon as we finish the loader section here. Okay, so now we need a button. And the button goes here, and then we need a switch. All right, we're going to put a switch here, and that'll allow us to turn the as you can see, it'll turn the powered rails on and off. Okay, so let's get our villager loader in. I think I'm going to use glass blocks for that, and we do need to use a couple of trapdoors on this as well. Let's see, where did I put my glass blocks? All right, so now we just need to kind of frame in a little chute system here for the villagers to feed into. All right, we'll build a little scaffolding here. That'll make it a little easier to get up there. All right, I think actually we're going to use a trap door for the bottom of that one. Oh yeah, and then we need a trap door to keep villagers from getting stuck. We need a trap door right here. All right, there we go. Bring this one back down again. Okay. All right, now we just need a couple of blocks here. Keep these guys in this way. And then we need a trapdoor on the bottom of this guy. Perfect. So when the villagers breed, the baby villagers will fall down in here, and they won't be able to get out of this open space because of that trapdoor. They're a little taller than that space with the trapdoor. So they will sit here until we're ready to collect them with our rail system. So this can stay on. This is just here in case you need to shut it down for some reason. And this button here, when we're ready to send them off, will load it. So let's just climb up here so we can see, make sure that's working properly. That needs to be a powered rail. Okay, so I made one mistake here. This needs to be a powered rail. So I'm going to have to bust this out. I'll fix that and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. The placement of that button was just fine. The mistake I made was that needs to be a powered rail. So I just, I broke out that glass block because in order to get this one to come up, you got to put a rail back on top of here, but we don't want a rail on top of that block ultimately, but I had to put one there to put the rail here. So I broke that glass block, put a regular rail on top of that block, then I placed down the powered rail here, then I broke the rail on top of that one and put the glass block back. Okay, and now we're all good. So now when I push this button, you can see it from the side. It powers that rail and gets the cart moving. Now the reason there is a variation on this where you can skip this part and just leave this powered, power this permanently with a switch or something so it's always on, and when you launch the cart it'll pick a guy up and take him out. The reason I want to pause here is because sometimes when I send the cart in to get the villager, he'll still be a baby villager, and the problem with that is if I send him when he's a baby villager, when he gets to the other end with the auto ejector that puts him into the slot that he's automatically going to be in for the villager trading hall, if he's a baby villager he'll be able to just walk right out of there. So I need him to be an adult before I send them on. So this is a little pause here so I can auto load them in, and then I can, as soon as I verify that the one that loaded into the cart is an adult villager, then I can send him on his way, and when he auto unloads over at the villager hall, he'll automatically be ejected right into his spot. I won't have to push him, or I will have to push him one block, but that's really easy because he's trapped in only a 2-block space. So I won't have to chase him around and lure him into where he's going to be. The rail will automatically unload him in the right spot, and it'll be done. Okay, so now this is ready to progress here. So let's go ahead and get our rails loaded back up into our hotbar. Okay, we're going to continue the rail system here. And we can easily go at least 8 blocks before we need another powered rail. All right, so I'm going to dig this wall out here so we can continue on. And as you can see, I worked ahead a little bit. We really just need that to be 2. We're going to make it 3 now just for a little healthy dose. And to keep my theme going here, I'm going to replace this block with a stone brick block so that all the all the blocks that the rails are on are going to be these stone bricks. Makes it nice and consistent. Okay, so let's go. Is it nighttime? Looks like, do we need to sleep maybe? All right. Okay, so coming out this way. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're going to do some powered rails here. And then go back. Alright, and actually we're going to back up one. So it's going to start an incline here. So we're going to start a series of powered rails starting there. So we do need to power these guys over here. So what we're going to do is just break out a little bit of space. May not need that one blocked out, but for the meantime. All right. There you go. So these are not powered. Looks like I don't... we'll fix this later. Okay, so we got those are powered there. Okay, so with the theme here I got going, which you'll see very shortly, I have these little platforms. And these are going to house my powering source here, which I'm using the redstone torches. Okay, so we got this climbing. Let's see. Let's go over here. This is going to be the first standard pillar. So we're going to go up 6. So there's already one there. We're going to have 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Okay, now we need to get over to the other one. Same thing. We need to build this up so that it's 6 high. So we need 5 more. Okay, and this is where we're going to corner. All right, and then after we come off of these pillars 3, now that we're going to be in a vertical heading off this way towards the villager trading hall, once we go 3 blocks off the pillar, we're going to switch to slabs, which will save us, get us twice as far with our resources. So you don't have to do this, but this is what I've chosen to do with this design. Okay, so we'll have to break out this wall. But let's get this started here. Okay, so we got 2 rails there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Normally what I'd like to do is start, we're going to have a pattern of when and where these things are powered. So I'm going to go ahead and modify this just a little bit. Okay. Okay, so we can show our overall design. Okay, so... Alright, let me set up some scaffolding so I can stop hurting myself. And I hear skeletons around somewhere. Alright, so we're going to do a platform on each side. And it is going to start like this. I'm going to turn this stair in. Turn that stair in. All right. And then a slab on each side. And this way, let's go down here. All right, it's a little time consuming here while we have this climb till we get up to our level where we're just going to go across. Now, in order for these to be not mob spawning, we need these blocks. Like this one is the bottom half of a slab. That's a regular slab height, so we need to make that one higher. And then same here. There you go. And let's get rid of the scaffolding here real quick. All right. There. So now nothing can spawn on the rails, and nothing can spawn along this side because these are all half slabs that are the bottom half of a block. Nothing can spawn here because there's a torch on it. Okay, so now we just need to do the same here and run this all the way to the wall. Okay, so we pick this up here. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Now, what happens here is we do the same kind of platform. Okay, we want the block to turn in there, and we want the block to turn here. But on this side, instead of the redstone torch, we are going to use a regular torch for lighting. I'll probably switch these all out for lanterns, but for now I don't think I have enough lanterns. Okay, same deal here as we step up. There you go. Alright, so we may have to break one or two of these out because we got to go after 8 blocks. So we got 8 rails. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright. So now we'll get the now we'll get these slabs up over here. Get around this corner here. Okay, and I kind of like this because there's no rails or anything needed here because nothing can spawn up here. They can't spawn on the bottom half of a slab. They can't spawn on the rail. They can't spawn where there is a track. So it looks like I need to break these out so I can keep my design going. And is it getting time to sleep soon? It's hard to tell always when it's storming like this. All right. Yeah, it's getting night. Oh, look, somebody came to visit us. Let's welcome him. Works better when you hit him with a sword instead of a stare. All right, let's see if we can sleep now. All right, good. Okay. So we're going to need to build up a little bit here. Okay, and then at the top here, just for cosmetics, we're also going to place some trap doors. Let's see if we can reach this side from the ground. Looks like we can. There you go. And then we need some fences up there to give it some support. So we're going to do 3 rows of fences here. 2 rows of fences there. 1 here. Then at the bottom, we're going to do a stone brick block and then a stone brick wall. And that connects our post. So there's that side. Let's get the other side. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and put finish the footprint on here. I'm going to turn the stair here, turn this stair here. Do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and then the same thing down here just for cosmetics. Place ourselves a trap door. And let's stand back a little bit, get a good look at it. All right, so that's what our support systems look like. So this is the treatment that each pillar is going to get, and what we're going to do is we're going to run this rail system. We want to get I don't remember I didn't look it up, so I don't remember how far we have to be away from villagers so that they won't take workstations and stuff like that. It's something like 80 blocks or something. So I just went Star. I made it over. I have a place to build the village hall over here. It's about 100 blocks away or so. So that way, that'll be plenty far. We will rail them over there and set them up there. And I'm going to go ahead and finish building these pillars over there and getting the rail system up. And then I'll come back as soon as that's done, and we'll pick it up from there and continue the transport system. All right, and I'm back. Okay, so we have the rail system complete, I believe, unless I overlooked anything. And we're going to take a quick ride on it. Do I have a cart in my... no, we have one in there. I placed the beds, and the villagers immediately started breeding because now there's 4 beds. I can already hear a baby. So there's 4 beds. So they're going to make 2 babies. This guy's going to eventually wander over here and fall. Looks like one already did. So there's already one little baby villager down there, another one here. So the way the regulation goes, there's 4 beds. Now there's 4 villagers, so they won't produce another villager until I remove one of these little guys. Okay, but before we send the little guy off, we have to wait for him to grow up. So we're going to go ahead and do a little test run here, and we're going to put ourselves in the cart and make sure that it gets us over there. I started just a little piece of the building of the villager hall, just enough of it so we have a couple of stations in. It's still all, well, you'll see it in a second. It's still all into wide open. All right, so I'm not going to eject one out of here because I don't want to run it through that system yet. So we'll just manually pull one in here. And let's see, where can we get some rail that isn't powered? Looks like right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put a temporary block so I can hop up here. Okay, so the second guy fell in there. And this is why we want this little pause button. Because if I were to eject a cart and have it just run straight through without a pause, it would pick up the baby villager. Oh, and there's a cat in there too. We'll have to get him out with the minecart. It would run the baby villager over there, but the problem is the baby villager can get out of the little system we have to contain them. So we don't want to do that. All right, so for now, we're going to run ourselves through this. We'll get in the cart. And we'll start going. There we go. Okay, looks like we're going up all the inclines just fine. And it's going to auto-eject us when we get to a station there. See, so this is what's going to happen to a villager. It's going to auto-eject him right into this little spot. Now, all you got to do, once you auto-injected your guy in here, he'll be standing right here. You're just going to have to push him back one spot and then put an additional trapdoor, put one right here. Then you can remove that one. That will keep him right here because he won't be able to get past the height of that trapdoor. And then he can't get out either side. So he'll be here. Then you can place his workstation in front of him right here. And you can keep replacing that workstation until you get the trade you want. Then as soon as you have the auto villager in here, you simply take that activator rail out and you replace it with a regular rail and you move the activator rail over here. Now also, these dirt blocks are temporary. So what happens is when the cart comes by with a villager in it and it hits that activator rail, it wants to eject him. So in order to get it to put him where you want, you just eliminate all the spots. So it'll put him in the easiest spot. So from this center block, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks. Okay, so you can't go there. It would rather not place him on a rail. He can't go there. It would rather not place him on a torch. He can't go there. Rail, block. This is the best option for it to place him in. And underneath, it wouldn't leave him standing because there's a trapdoor above the head here. And they need to be 2 blocks high. So this is where it's going to put him. It's going to put him right here. You push him in. Add a trapdoor right here. He's there forever. Replace this activator rail with a regular rail. Put the activator rail in front of this one. Move your redstone torch and power it. And then put a dirt block here. And then as soon as I get them placed, then I can remove all these temporary blocks. And then they will be permanently in place. Now, of course, this is just a shell of the building that's going to be here. That'll be episode 3, but I just wanted to get enough here so you could see how this system works. And then what happens is it's going to circle. There'll be workstations all the way around the perimeter. So this cart will circle the entire perimeter. When it gets to the very end, there'll be a cactus with a dropper and a chest. That minecart will hit the cactus, break, fall through the hopper into a chest, and then we can pick up all our hoppers right here at the end and collect them. And the next time we run over that way, we can put them back. Okay, so let's go ahead and collect this hopper. So now we know that the whole rail works all the way, and it auto ejects the way it's supposed to. So let's go see if one of these baby villagers have grown up yet, and we'll see if we can auto eject one in there. Yeah, and also right around here, I tell you, I'm hearing a lot of mobs, and so there must be a cave in here or something. I'll have to go in there and figure that out, because it's kind of annoying when you're standing out here and you're hearing all those mobs. All right, and then we'll make this look a lot better once we get it all done. Okay, so neither one is ready yet, but we can at least show you part of it. So you eject a cart, it fires it up there. All right, when I did the little test, it didn't pick them up. I realized that the version of this I built in my test world, I made it go in the opposite direction. So the trapdoor needed to be on this side. So now we're going to go ahead and dispense another cart and see what happens. And there you go. It loaded him in. So now we don't want to send him on his way until he's a grown-up. So we'll just wait here till he grows up. Okay, I'm back. Our villager has grown up. Now, because I have the stonecutter here, it looks like he took that job, but that's okay. I have not traded with him, so when he gets far enough away, he will lose that job and take the job that I choose to give him. All right, one more change I made while we were waiting for that baby villager to grow up. Remember, I had the error with the trapdoor on this side. I forgot to take it off when I put it on this side, so I took it off of here and replaced it with a glass block. What was happening is if I left the room, some sort of glitch would happen, and because there was a trapdoor on both sides, the baby villager, even though he shouldn't be able to, was able to get out. But once I put the glass block here, so we only have the trapdoor on this opening here, and now the baby villagers there cannot get out. Okay, so now this is all done. So basically from overhead, at the end of the last episode, you saw we put that. Oh, he just got out. See, look at that. All right, so I'm going to have to put I'll probably have to put a slab here then, and that should keep him from being able to get out. We won't worry about that for right now. So there you go. He just walked right out of there. Shouldn't be able to do that, but he did. Okay, so we should be ready now to send him. I'm going to go ahead and send him on his way. When we catch up with him, he should already be in the spot. So let's send him on his way. There we go. Oh, that's nice. Oh, it's dark out. Uh-oh, it's dark out, so I wasn't paying attention. Hopefully he'll be okay. Well, worst case scenario, we're in hard mode, so if a zombie gets to him, all it'll do is turning him into a zombie, and that's cool, because then I can cure him, and then he'll give me even better trades. Alright, let's see if we can get rid of this skelly, and then maybe we can sleep and make it day real quick. Alright, beautiful. Let's just have a quick look around for creepers. Alright, you can see he's in his place. Okay, I didn't bring a trapdoor with me, so let's look in this truck here. Let's look in the trunk here and see if we have a trapdoor here so we can finish our what we have to do. Yes, we do. Okay, so as you can see, the minecart automatically dumped him right exactly where we want him. Now I just got to push him back a little bit. Place the trapdoor. Now he can't get out. Now we can remove this one, and we can remove this temporary block here. So he is here forever. And he looks like he took, because I have some, what job did he take? Because I have some stuff over here. So I'll just have to break that workstation over there. I don't need it anymore. And then he'll turn into just a regular villager waiting for a job, and I'll be able to place his, I want him to be a librarian, so I'll be able to place a lectern here. Did I bring any lecterns? Let's take a look. Okay, I didn't. I'm going to go grab a lectern, and I'll be right back. Okay, here we are. So, I went back and I destroyed the saw, and I came back and he still had his job as the stonemason, and then he just gave it up. So, I think it just took a minute because we had to get far enough away. We are far enough away where if there was a job block over there, he should still lose it from here. But at any rate, he now is here and is looking for a job. So now I can place this podium, or the lectern, and he takes the job, and let's see what the trade is. Bookshelf. I don't want bookshelf. So I break the podium. Okay, here's another trade. What do we got here? Knockback 1. Okay, so I don't like that either. So I'll just keep placing this lectern until I get the trade I want. And then I'll initiate a first trade with him so that he doesn't change. Once you get the trade you want, make sure you're ready to trade with him, and that'll lock him in. So like I'll have 24 sheets of paper on hand if I'm not ready to actually buy a book. And as long as you make that first trade, he will keep it. If you get the trade you want and then you don't trade anything with him and you leave and you come back, he could just change to something else and then you'll have lost that good trade. So you want to trade with him as soon as you get the trade you want, at least one time, and then he will forever be that trade. Okay, so he's good. So now I took up the activator rail that was here. I took up the redstone torch, and I took up the dirt block that was here. Took up these dirt blocks here. This first one, by the way, this is going to be a little tricky because you can't put an activator rail on a curve, so I don't think. So this one might be a little tricky to get somebody in. We might have to push somebody around. But anyway, I'm going to have a long line of these bins, and now that I think we have all the bugs worked out, this one is all set up. I got all the blocks all the way around. Activator rail, redstone torch. This is ready. So let's run back real quick and let's send another guy here and have it eject in, and we should see start to finish that it's pretty flawless. Okay, here we are back at the loading station here, and I'm going to have to go look around underground. There must be a cave under here or something because I hear lots of zombies. I hear skeletons walking around. Okay, so we still got two little guys here. I'm going to wait for one of them one or both of them to grow up before I go ahead and do this next section so that we can see, so we don't have to do it and then wait for them to grow up. I just want to do it consecutively real quick so you can see what it's like when it's all working properly and all in one pass. Okay, so we'll be right back. Okay, so I just started to dig right outside the front door there. You can hear the baby villagers. They're right up there. I dug down a couple blocks and I fell right into this hole here, and this is clearly, there was 3 zombies here waiting for me, so this is definitely all the mobs are out. This looks like a dungeon. Looks like there's a dungeon right here. How about that? Alright, well, I'm curious. What kind of dungeon is it? I've been hearing, it sounds like it might be skellies. Let's take a peek in. Yep. Luckily I got decent armor on. I should have put my shield up first, but there we go. That'll do it. Okay, so we got another skelly spawner right here. I don't know if we're going to make anything of that. We will see. What do we got here? Sharpness 1. Okay, not too good. What do we got over here? And we got a record. Alright, well I'm just going to leave these here right now because that's not the focus of this episode. But there you go. Skelly spawner right there. I'm going to go ahead and pillar back up. I lit it up enough so they should stop spawning. Alright, I'll just leave the little start of this staircase here so that we'll know where it's at. But at least now we shouldn't be hearing all those mob sounds while we're in here. Alright, on with the wait for one of these guys to grow up. Alright, so they're both grown up. So let's go ahead and do a demo of this one time here in its entirety, start to finish. Okay, so again, these tracks here are always on. Dispense a cart, picks one up, got somebody in there, and we send him on his way. Okay, and there he is. Alright, do we still have trapdoors on us? Yes, we do. Okay, so just be ready with the trapdoor. Push him back into his slot all the way. Put a trapdoor up. Oh, he's got a little farther. There you go. Put a trapdoor up there. Then you can break this one. Okay, and now we can get rid of these blocks. Get rid of that one. Okay, here we go. We got a regular rail on us. Okay, now all we'd have to do is once I finish building this, there would be another stall right here. Put the activator rail there. Put the blocks around it. Send another guy past and he'll automatically be loaded in. Now at this point, I could go ahead and start trying to get a trade that I want. Looting 2, okay. So, not too bad, but I would hold out for looting 3, so I won't keep that trade. But anyway, there's the idea. So, that's going to be it for this episode. Now you can kind of get an idea of the vision and what's going on here. So we have our villager breather. It will always have 2 villagers ready. It'll put them down into that tube to get them ready to go. You can dispense a minecart and then shoot them over here. The activator rail will automatically put them in his slot so you don't have to fight with the villagers. And then you just move your blocks one over and get ready for the rest one. Eventually we will have this whole thing filled with a ton of different type of villagers for all kind of trades. We'll be able to get whatever kind of enchantments we want out of this. And that's it, folks. That's going to do it for today. And I hope you had a good time. Hope you... if you didn't learn something, hopefully you enjoyed watching me stumble my way through it, and I will see you in the next one.